Welcome back to Anime Fight Club, everyone. My name is Grim. Today we're checking out Baki Dou Part 1, or Musashi Dou. We've made it to Volume 17. What an awesome image of Baki and Musashi staring off, both with red eyes. Baki more so orange, but still. It's nice to see them facing off like this in color. In the last volume, Musashi was fighting the nation of Japan. I don't know if they've given up considering he's slaughtered so many people already, or if they're about to continue trying to fight them, or if Baki and Musashi facing off like that was a precursor to a rematch, which would be awesome. But today we'll be checking out chapters 144 through 146. Chapter 144 entitled That Which Cannot Be Cut. So Musashi is still facing off against this army. They've shot these rubber bullets at him, 3 of them. Each shot a rubber bullet at him, and it's closing in on Musashi, who has not moved yet. So he's incredibly focused. He's watching these 3 rubber balls steam toward him. He draws his sword. Goodness, moves in a manner to probably dodge them as well, but he cuts. What a swing. He drew this sword and wrapped it around and cut all 3 of them. Look at his foot, this pivot. Cut all 3 rubber balls. They fall to the ground, having lost momentum. He sliced them. He slashed through the compressed rubber like it was nothing. That's not all. He cut 3 of them at once. Damn monster. He goes to put his sword back in the scabbard. Interesting. Those were faster than arrows. It didn't even matter though. Looks down smugly, starts to walk toward his oppressors. Well then. Split up. They all scramble to follow those orders. And they leave an aisle for him to face Musashi. Surely this isn't his intention to do a one-on-one duel. Oh wow, so there's a vehicle behind them with some type of cannon on the top of it. Whoever you are, you might be an expert swordsman. You may be able to slash whatever we throw at you, but we have something ready that you won't be able to cut no matter what. So this is either a water hose or a flamethrower. So Buddy's sweating, he exhales, jumps to the right and yells, "Now, do it!" Something shoots out of the cannon. Yeah, it's in fact water. So Musashi sees the water coming at him. He dashes forward. Musashi is an expert at dipping down like this. That's his whole prospect of his move, to dash forward and close the distance. He drops down and leaps forward. So he does just that and gets out of the way of the stream of water. So the water completely misses him. He rushed up so fast he went under this stream. He took 3 steps. Goodness, so this angle was the angle was their downfall. He had plenty of room to run under this, so he did just that. Gets on top of this vehicle and is now staring down the water stream. Huh? Musashi unsheaths his sword again, raises his hands for a double-handed strike. Look at this beautiful form of his fingers. I like that Keisuke illustrates that every single time he goes to slash his sword. More detail. I feel like I know how to swing a sword now just from watching Musashi do it so many times. Swings his sword, cuts this cannon of water right down the middle. Oh my goodness. I thought he was just cutting the water hose. He cut the entire truck. Now this shouldn't cut the entire truck down the middle. Like, it shouldn't fall to the ground. But let's see what happens. Okay, so he cuts the cannon. Mr. Iwama, he did it. Oh yeah, he did just tell him that he couldn't cut this no matter what. He was surely referring to the water. Musashi went all the way up and cut the gun as well. He slashed the water stream, and it looks as though they're supposed to be illustrating that cut went all the way to the back of the truck, which is what I don't understand. Chapter 145. What is it then? So we get more images of the cut truck. It seems to be steaming and inoperable at the moment. What's wrong? Aren't you going to arrest me? Indeed. By now you must have figured it out, have you not? And they're all like, figured what out? Even if I lay face down on the floor with my hands on my back, you still can't defeat me. Have you figured out the capacity of my real strength yet? The water stream was shot at a very high speed and hard pressure, yet you were still able to slash it in half. Your skills are magnificent indeed. Words are failing me to praise you even more. However, when it comes to real war, that's another story. The technology that we use to build the armor we are wearing has made it possible to create something both durable and light. Its superiority cannot even be compared to those of the Warring States period. Yeah, but that's only in terms of defense. As far as offense, you didn't make this to prepare for swords. You made this to prepare for bullets and guns. On top of it, look at the number of soldiers in our squadron. We've all heard stories of your heroic deeds. It is known that you faced hundreds of opponents against all odds, but I regret to inform you, everything about you is simply a myth. Fantasy hour is over, and now you will face the harsh reality that you aren't going to win. What are you going to do now? I just want to know what is giving you that confidence. Like, he's destroyed everything you put in front of him. What makes you think these little riot shields and helmets are going to stop you when he just cut this truck in half? Yeah. Speaking of facing the harsh reality, why is it that none of you are moving right now? That's Musashi standing there in flames, his hair standing up. Despite the large number of strong men gathered, none of you has made a significant move. This scar, I'm so glad Matobe left a scar on his face. Is it restraint out of courtesy? Or probably, despite wearing technologically advanced armor, you still can't strike Musashi and have to draw back? In conclusion, your squadron came in great numbers. Your armor and weapons are the best there is, but your opponent still does not care about that. Are you restraining yourselves because of your overwhelming power, or because you're all weak and afraid? What is it then? As he yells and scares each of them. I didn't want to say, yeah, no, I want to go home. That's what this is. So one of them reaches behind them and pulls out a taser. You demand an answer? Here it is. Points the taser at Musashi, fires it. This has to move so slow in his eyes. You guys have shot rubber bullets at him, throwing knives, like all types of things. He's dodged them all. What makes you think this little spring-loaded wired taser is about to touch him? As I say all that, Musashi, I'm guessing not knowing what this was, let it hit him, let it electrocute him. I don't know if this is supposed to be a deterrent to scare them, to show them that even this won't hurt this old Musashi. I like that we did see this image though. It's reminiscent to Yujiro getting hit with that lightning bolt. So he's shocking Musashi with this taser. He looks shocked because Musashi isn't moving, or maybe he can see that he's smiling. Chapter 146, Sorcery. This is a taser gun. It's a type of stun gun, a non-lethal weapon. Instead of using air pressure, it shoots a 20 feet cable. It's able to pierce up to 2 inches across the thickness of clothes, delivering an impact jolt of 50,000 volts. The violent current will not stop as long as you keep pulling the trigger. This gun is used to control dangerous people. On this particular occasion, the police superintendent Iwama Tatsufumi has commissioned a special taser gun. The length of the cable is 20 feet and can stretch up to 32 feet. By law, the power of the voltage cannot exceed 50,000 volts in stun guns, but here the gun has been modded and strengthened 10 times to deliver 500,000 volts, making it no longer a non-lethal device, but a true deadly weapon. Wow, so he hits Musashi with 500,000 volts, 500,000 volts. Wow, that's freaky. What the hell? I can see his bones within the light. How strong is this taser? So first of all, Musashi is being shocked at the moment, but it appears as though he's still moving. Oh, he's falling backwards. So he's stiffened up from the immense jolt of electricity. They're all shocked at what's going on. Musashi stiffens up, falls backward. But he's still holding on to this trigger, still electrocuting him. Wait, sir, it's over. Sir, it's over. He might be dead, Mr. Iwama. I don't know, someone like that, you might have to hold that trigger. We went too far this time, sir. I can even smell the burnt. Such a big guy. His build is amazing. Check his pulse. His pulse. Don't touch that, man. What an expression. Call the paramedics. Call the paramedics. Get out of the way. So your name is Iwama. Eh? What? They've all surrounded him thinking he's unconscious or dead. And Musashi just reaffirms the truth in this man's name. So your name is Iwama. I will remember it. Oh my goodness. Kicks his feet up and draws his sword at the exact same time as someone else went to try to pull a trigger. Musashi stands up, swings his sword, disconnecting the nodes that were attached to his body. Is that a deadly poison or a magic spell, Iwama? That was the first time I've experienced it. Just like the arrow when it touched, I got numb all of a sudden. I recovered quickly, but Iwama, the mistake of a lifetime, using sorcery against me. Iwama, having been dressed in all this armor, is still pissing himself. Oh my goodness. So Musashi, being incredibly offended, having had sorcery used against him, swings his sword in an incredibly awesome manner to decapitate Captain Iwama. You see the life flow out of his eyes, the blood spurt from his throat, and then his head falls from his neck toward the ground. Smacks the ground. What an image. They even showed the cheek impact. Huh? What a beautiful moon. Musashi's just disengaged now. Oh, and that is the end of today's video. Hopefully he leaves these guys alone. Once you take out the leader, the army usually gives up because they're just following orders. So hopefully they turned around and went home and don't have to die by Musashi's hand. Either way, well, all right, so Musashi's strength has been founded by words, I guess, so far. Like, they'll explain why a certain slash is whatever and why he's so strong, grip strength, blah, blah, blah. But for this ordinary swordsman to be hit with 500,000 volts and just get up and recover quickly from it, that's not making sense to me. There's no way he could have trained for that. He said that was the first time he experienced it. So how are you not burnt to a crisp? Like, were you standing outside getting hit by lightning bolts to train for that? Like, it's understandable that Yujiro wouldn't die from it, but why were you able to survive? Why are you unscathed? If anyone has any theories or propositions to answer that question, please go for it in the comments below. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Please share with your fellow otaku. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you have, thank you very much. Please check the links in the description for the Baki playlists as well as Kengan Ashura. Kengan Ashura is amazing. I really hope you guys will check that out. It'll be taking the place of Baki Dou once we finish it. Kengan Ashura will take the place of Baki Dou, having 2 videos a day, and then Vagabond will replace Kengan Ashura. We will start that together and go through it, because I've got many a comment saying that it is incredible. So you guys can start to look forward to Vagabond. I believe we have about a week left of Baki Dou, so that's coming up soon. Then we're gonna dive right into Kengan Ashura, because I am greatly invested in it. It's gotten so good. I think it's better than Baki in my opinion, because well, it's just different. Baki gives us about what, like 7-8 characters, and which are reoccurring that we keep seeing, that we become invested in. King and Ashura is not that case. I mean, we have our main characters, however they're constantly introducing new fighters, new characters, and you're just like, oh, who's this guy? What is he about to do? And it's incredibly exciting. So we're gonna double up on that as soon as we finish Baki Dou Part 1, and I hope you guys will look forward to it and join me for it. Please hit the bell notification so you don't miss any future uploads. Please subscribe to my gaming channel, Grim Games. I should have content over there relatively shortly. Thank you for all of you who have already subscribed. I greatly appreciate it. I hope to see you soon. Hope to see you next video. Hit that bell notification, and as always, otaku for life.